Welcome to Developing Mental Wellness Interventions in Schools and Clinics. My name is Tamara Hunt, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Health Sciences and Kinesiology at Georgia Southern University. This presentation is a part of a set of professional development webinars that were developed by the National Youth Advocacy and Resilience Cooperative and funded by the National Youth Advocacy and Resilience Research Center at Georgia Southern University. The World Health Organization defines mental health as a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Mental wellness has recently become a major talking point for everyone. The inclusion of the programming Mental Health is Health has resonated through all healthcare and educational hallways. The notion that we need to make sure that we are including mental health as part of everyday health has really hit the forefront in the last 10 years. Organizations are discussing the importance of mental health. However, many organizations do not have dedicated resources to input this into their workforce and environments. This session will review some interventions that can be implemented easily into your clinical practice or school setting. Over the past 10 years, more attention has focused on mental health, with many high-profile people discussing the mental health challenges that they have openly in the media. Recently, 26% of adults, or 1 in 4, and 1 in 7 children and adolescents have been diagnosed with a mental health disorder over the last 5 years, with significantly more experiencing mental health challenges that are not diagnosed. As poor mental health has demonstrated direct effects on physical and cognitive performance, it is important to begin to develop interventions to support the increasing number of people that are being exposed to and developing mental health challenges. Many places are beginning to provide these interventions for mental health. However, few are providing instructions for how to install these interventions in their setting that will benefit the most amount of people with the most efficient use of space, resources, and time. We will discuss how we have developed mental health and wellness room. We will also discuss green spaces, how we can include physical activity in your everyday life, using mental health workbooks, and developing mental health webinars to provide resources to improve mental wellness in your settings. We start with a mental health wellness space. The goal of this space is to create an area that provides a calming and relaxing space. In a perfect world, this is a dedicated space that should be at least 9 feet by 9 feet, with calming colors such as beige, pale yellow, pale green, pale gray, or pale blue on your walls and floor. While we understand that not every place can have a dedicated room, you can also use space in buildings such as a library or multi-purpose room that can be sectioned off by curtains or partitions. You want to make the space as quiet, tranquil, and comfortable as possible. To do this, you might include seating. In our room at Georgia Southern, we use swinging and standing egg chairs. You want to be very aware of people that might use the room that might get motion sickness. So if we only had a swinging chair, that wouldn't work. And then you also can repurpose seating from other areas, such as bean bags, or even large pillows, blankets, mats, or even desk chairs from the classrooms that you can use in your floor spaces. This space should also include soft lighting or perhaps the ability to turn off some of the bright overhead lighting. You want to also include activities that will allow relaxation, such as painting, coloring books, puzzles, potentially paper for origami, and some type of plants. If space allows, you might also provide yoga mats for meditation, yoga, and again, as a sitting space. The goal of any of these items is to provide options for mindless activity, an activity that would allow a person to let go and detach from the stress of the world outside of the room and or space that you're using. In healthcare facilities and clinics, this may be a storage room, a break room, or even an extra patient room that's not in use. In a school setting, this may also be a break room or a storage room, but it can also be a multi-purpose room or library that has partitioning that separates the space away. And currently, many schools have sensory rooms available for their students that might have individual education plans that have sensory deficits. And you can also potentially use those rooms when it's not in use for students. When we talk about creating a green space, we know that participation and involvement in nature is often tied to physical activities such as gardening or farming, trekking or running. The evidence of the benefits of this promotes the idea that green spaces should be seen as an essential health resource. This means that being in a natural outdoor environment can have a positive mental health effect due to the physical processes elicited in the body. However, when these spaces are not available or the temperatures outside are too hot to do an outdoor activity, green spaces can also be created inside. As in the picture, adding wallpaper that looks like foliage can create an illusion of being surrounded by plants. Additionally, the inclusion of plants into an office space or exam room, either real or fake, has been proven to increase serotonin levels and lower stress. The key will be to include the appropriate type of plants depending on the level of sun or light source. When direct or indirect sunlight is not available, indoor plants such as pothos, peace lilies, or snake plants will thrive with indoor lighting and utilize little maintenance such as regular watering. Combining physical activity and green spaces also enhances mental wellness. According to the CDC, American Heart Association, and other organizations, physical activity guidelines for adults recommend 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity a week, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity activity per week. It is encouraged that these minutes be spread out over numerous days per week, and this will enhance strong aerobic endurance. While there might be some debate about the definition of moderate or vigorous intensity, many would include brisk walking, water aerobics, riding a bike, dancing, pushing a lawnmower within these categories. However, physical activity should not just be considered as traditional gym workouts, but could also include everyday activities such as gardening, carrying heavy shopping bags, and carrying children. All of these activities have been shown to increase mood, concentration, alertness, cardiovascular, and overall physical health. We know that physical activity has numerous benefits to emotional and physical health and well-being. When dealing with stressful situations, including any type of physical activity has been shown to improve sleep, increase interest in sex, increase endurance, relieve stress, improve mood, increase energy and stamina, reduce tiredness that can increase mental alertness, reduce weight, and reduce cholesterol and improve cardiovascular fitness. But we want to focus and reiterate that physical activity does not have to take a lot of time. You can implement physical activity in small doses as well, such as a 3-minute instant recess. In an instant recess, you would have your participants stand up in their place and just stretch and potentially do jumping jacks or squats. Standing up and doing the superhero pose has also been shown to increase oxygen flow, confidence, and mood. And the best part of this is you can do it with limited time and limited space. While incorporating physical activity in green spaces can provide stress reduction, There may be difficulties in incorporating those interventions easily and seamlessly into your work environment. When that's not possible, you can always use workbooks or handbooks and other tools that can help, such as coloring books and journals. Journaling for as little as 15 minutes, 3 days a week, increases feelings of well being and fewer depressive symptoms. These additional workbooks are available from various organizations such as NIH, the CDC, and Simon's mindfulness groups. We have incorporated this into our toolbook and resource page, so please feel free to visit that resource page at the conclusion of this webinar to obtain additional references and workbooks. And finally, resource lists. We know that one of the most important aspects to implementing intervention is the awareness of the resources that are available. When participants do not know what resources are available and where they can go to obtain them, they are not utilized. The Google document linked here in this webinar is a list of local resources to the Southeast Georgia and Georgia Southern region. But you are also going to want to include regional, national, and international resources that are customized to your location that will provide the best use for your students, your parents, your patients, you, and your colleagues. We know that your time is precious, and we just want to thank you so much for watching this webinar. If you have any additional questions or would like more information, please feel free to email me at thunt@georgiasouthern.edu. Again, we thank you for your time. If possible, we would love your feedback about these professional development opportunities. We hope that you're willing to complete this post-webinar survey that can be accessed via the link or QR code on this slide. Thank you and have a great day.